Well, looking live this morning at SEA, while the risk to the public remains low, Seattle and King County Public Health says 3 King County residents were potentially exposed to the Andes type of hantavirus. Sean Chitness is live this morning at the airport where some of those exposed likely traveled through while returning home. Sean, good morning. What is the latest?
Aaron, good morning. Well, we're checking in with the CDC to see if we can learn more about the travel routes of these 3 King County residents, both how they got abroad as well as their journey to come back to the U.S. Right now, what we can learn from public health officials for Seattle and King County are some of the details around how they were potentially exposed. There are the 2 local residents who were on a plane near a sick passenger who was on that cruise ship with the outbreak. That sick passenger was removed from that plane before takeoff and then later tested positive. So those 2 King County residents who were on the plane with that other passenger have returned home and don't have any symptoms. Public health staff are working with them to monitor their symptoms at home here in King County. A 3rd resident was on that cruise ship as a passenger, the one that had the outbreak. Now that resident doesn't have any symptoms either, but they're being monitored in Nebraska at the National Quarantine Center along with other American passengers. So we can understand why local leaders with county health are acknowledging the concern the community may have from the hantavirus.
This is a deadly virus, so I can certainly understand why it may be a fear-inducing situation. And I know for many of us, it may bring back memories from the COVID-19 pandemic.
Now, the situation is quite different from COVID-19 so far. Infections are rare with this virus, but they can be severe. It spread primarily from contact with wild rodents. Health officials know much more about hantavirus already than they did about COVID at the start of the pandemic as well. Now, the only known type of hantavirus that can spread from person to person is the Andes virus, which typically requires prolonged close contact with a person who is sick with that same type of virus. So again, public health officials want to remind everyone that the risk right now is low. There are no cases of the virus in King County, and we don't know of anyone in King County who is showing any symptoms. Live at SeaTac Airport, Sean Chitness, Fox 13 News.
Thank you, Sean. This morning we spoke to Dr. Juan Potu, the medical director for infectious disease and outbreak response with Optum Washington. He says hantavirus has been known to scientists for decades.
First of all, if we're looking for the Andes virus, there's no reason to be concerned unless you were on that particular cruise ship or exposed to somebody in that cruise ship situation.
If someone who has been exposed to hantavirus is showing symptoms, they can go through the state's public health lab to find antibody tests and PCR tests.